Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Stellar Toad, and today I'm going to be talking about meeting the goddess Shiva. Now, Shiva's a god. It's a Hindu god, a male god, typically thought of as male or having a masculine energy. Well, I met Shiva as a goddess, so not as a god. Now, here's the thing. When I met Shiva, I was doing a breathing technique, which I will make a video about. It's a kind of a customized form of holotropic breathing, as well as Wim Hof breathing. It's kind of just a customized form that I've customized to best suit myself. And this was also combined with a measure of other dietary factors. So, yeah, I met Shiva, the goddess Shiva, and I'm going to be referring to her as a goddess, or a female, okay? Feminine. So, basically, I was doing this breathing technique, and I kind of felt like I was being torn apart from inside of my ribs, like my body was being spread in two different directions, and everything went black, and my music stopped. I'm pretty sure I was going deaf from the hypoxia, hypocapnic hypoxia, and also beyond that, I couldn't feel my hands, and I also could not feel my feet, so I was very deep into the experience here. I could really only feel my torso and my face. And my face felt like electrocution. It felt like it felt like this sound on your skin. And this is the sound that I heard before Shiva appeared. Or sort of like that, kind of like a really slow motor with an echo that has a muffler on it, it's really muffled, like a muffled motor with a really long echo. Okay. So yeah, a slow muffled motor with a long echo is kind of the sound that I heard before Shiva appeared. Now, when I saw Shiva. Now, keep in mind, before this experience, I did not know who Shiva was, had no knowledge of who she was who he was in Hinduism, she was in my experience, so had no idea. No idea that the blue goddess that you see in reference to Hinduism, with the snake around his neck, and the moon on his head, and the pitchfork, no idea that was Shiva. Now, also, before this experience, I didn't know that there was a pitchfork, or that there was a moon around the head, or that there was, all these beads, or that there was a snake. I knew that there was some blue character in Hinduism. That's about all I knew, okay? Basically, she came down from above, okay? And she was flying, and she had this, it was a golden pitchfork. Now, Sadhguru has said, because I had to do some research on Shiva after this experience, Sadhguru has said that the pitchfork represents the three directions: center, right, and left. Now, Shiva, in this experience, told me, I am the goddess of destruction. I am death. I destroy what is old, and they create what is new. She said they, and she looked around, and I didn't see anyone else. She said they create what is new. Anyway, so, yeah. Pretty sure this pitchfork was to stab stuff, because Shiva is the goddess of destruction, or death. And also poison, because she told me that she's the mixture between good and evil. That which is malevolent and that which is benevolent. Now, this is the weird thing. Shiva, in Hinduism, is thought of as the benign one, the one that's really good, the auspicious one, the one of great luck. Now, there also was that. There was that energy. I can't really describe this in terms of like a 3D experience, but there was this energy of everything in the world is just lined up for Shiva. It's like this, it's this energy that, like, basically there was this smugness, this grin that was, it was like watching, I don't know how to describe it, but there was this smugness that was like, all things are for me, and me alone. And I don't know how to describe that, but there was that energy when I met Shiva. Anyway, so she told me she was the goddess of destruction. She said that she has come to bring death, okay? And so, at this point, she disappeared. Now, how did she tell me her name really quick? How did she tell me her name? Well, I asked, who are you, after she appeared. She came down from above, because I was laying down, and I asked, who are you? And she waved her hand, and these letters appeared, S-H, okay, S-H-V-A-H. So, kind of like an angle. The name was an angle like this, around the V. S-H-V-A-H. So, it was really more like Shva, but in this state, I read it as Shiva. Like, somehow I knew that it was supposed to say Shiva, okay? And so I said Shiva, and she went like this. And so basically, she disappeared after that, after telling me she was the goddess of destruction. After telling me she came to bring death, she disappeared. And everything went black. I experienced what is, ego death. I say ego death. Now, I've never taken ayahuasca or changa or any of those things. I say ego death based on my greatest experiences of ego death that I can grasp. Alright, so ego death is much of a sense of loss of self as I can fathom. So yeah, ego death as far as I can comprehend. Now, there were other dietary factors, as I said, in this experience. It was not breath work alone that caused this. So here's the deal. I took an MAOI, a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, okay? Now, you might know that gingerine, which is also in garlic, both gingerine and garlic, ginger and garlic, are both MAOIs. They're both pretty powerful, non-selective MAOIs, and I had a lot of them to strengthen my immune system, because garlic, is, as you know, strengthens the immune system, and so does ginger. Both are really healthy, so I was just, I had at least 15 cloves of garlic that day, and, a bunch of ginger on top of that, and, yeah. Beyond that, I also had, 10 chicken legs. And 10 chicken legs is 1,000% of your L-state methionine for the day. Now, that was 2 hours before I took tryptophan, which is a sleep aid. Tryptophan turns into tryptamine in the body, but tryptamine is normally, killed by monoamine oxidase. I was having that inhibited by the MAOI. And so basically, there were, small amounts of tryptamine and dimethyltryptamine and, other types of tryptamine that were forming in my stomach acid and in my bile and in my guts that were not being killed by my monoamine oxidase. Now, this was not by design, but I realized, because I already knew this, and I've used that to my advantage before, this was an accident. So, basically, when I did this breath work, I was already kind of in a state, like, I was having, bursts of laughing uncontrollably. Really quick, this is after I made this video. I would also like to add that it was not just tryptophan, L-state methionine, and, what's the other one? And MAOI. There was also valerian root with the MAOI, which increases, like, everything. There was valerian root, which was a lot of it, and then there was then there was 4 bags of chamomile. Now, not just in the tea form. I took the bags, ripped them open, and put the chamomile in my mouth and just, drank it down with water, because I find it's more effective for sleep that way. And then beyond that, there was also, like, natural sleep aids that have multiple herbs in them, like, I forget the actual herbs in them, but this sound sleep stuff from Gaia, G-A-I-A, which is a company, and then this CBD sleep stuff, which contains no THC, or, THT or any analog of THC, just the CBD cannabinoid stuff that is anti-inflammatory, along with valerian root and other sleep aids in that. So there was multiple things involved in this experience where I met Shiva, not just the breath work. There was, of course, the synthesis of various tryptamines within my own system, so endotryptamines that were not being, shuffled out because of the MAOI, and then multiple other substances. So, yeah, that's just to clarify. And I was thinking, like, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah. I actually had to remake a video on sleep aids because I kept laughing uncontrollably throughout the video. So yeah. There was tryptamines around my system, in my system. And So yeah, when I did this breath work, which I will make in the next video, tomorrow, I will be making a video on this breathing technique, which is actually very powerful and quite amazing. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was something or another this was how I met Shiva. The goddess Shiva. You know, which is not correct. But it's correct because it happened to me. That's experiential right there. Goodbye.